So, in solution of liquid in liquids, we have studied Raoult's law and then ideal solution and non-ideal solutions, differences between ideal solutions and non-ideal solutions. So, in non-ideal solutions there are two types: non-ideal solutions with positive deviation and non-ideal solutions with negative deviations. And also we have studied what are azeotropic mixtures. What are azeotropic mixture? A mixture of liquids which boil at a constant temperature without undergoing any chemical change are called azeotropic mixtures. So, non-ideal solutions with positive deviation gives azeotropic mixture with minimum boiling points, and non-ideal solutions with negative deviations gives azeotropic mixtures with maximum boiling point azeotropic mixtures. So, now we will know vapor pressure composition curves for ideal and non-ideal solutions. So, first we will know the vapor pressure composition curve for an ideal solution. So, an ideal solution here consists of two liquids, that is liquid A plus liquid B. So, in this x-axis we will plot the mole fraction of liquid A, similarly mole fraction of liquid B. So, this point represents XA, that is mole fraction of A is 1 here. So, as we move from left to right, the mole fraction of liquid A goes on decreasing. At this point mole fraction of A is 0. Here mole fraction of B, XB is equal to 0, and we move from left to right, the mole fraction goes on increasing. At this point mole fraction of B is 1. That means at any point mole fraction of a solution is XA plus XB is equal to 1. So, then P naught is the vapor pressure of pure liquid A. As the composition or the mole fraction decreases, the vapor pressure of liquid A goes on decreasing. Similarly, as the mole fraction of B goes on increasing, the vapor pressure also goes on increasing. So, this line indicates the total vapor pressure of an ideal solution, that is total vapor pressure is always equal to vapor pressure of pure A and vapor pressure of pure B. That means for an ideal solution the vapor pressure composition curve is always a straight line, and at any composition the total vapor pressure of the solution is the sum of the vapor pressure of liquid A and vapor pressure of liquid B. So, bear in your mind, for an ideal solution vapor pressure composition curve is a straight line. Coming to vapor pressure composition curve for non-ideal solutions. In non-ideal solutions there are two types: non-ideal solution with positive deviation, non-ideal solution with negative deviation. So, in case of non-ideal solution with positive deviation, total vapor pressure is greater than the vapor pressure of liquid A and vapor pressure of liquid B. That you have to bear in your mind. So, here the plot of vapor pressure versus composition curves are like this. The dotted line indicates the expected lines for an ideal solution. So, for an ideal solution the vapor pressure composition curve should be a straight line, but here since it is a non-ideal solution with positive deviation, the vapor pressure curve is not a straight line, it always increases. That means total vapor pressure is greater than PA plus PB of an ideal solution. So, these thick curves for non-ideal solution with positive deviation total vapor pressure this curve is for liquid A and this curve is for liquid B. So you have to bear in your mind that for a non-ideal solution with positive deviation, the total vapor pressure is always greater than the total vapor pressure of an ideal solution of the same composition. So P total for non-ideal solution is greater than that of an ideal solution for the same composition. So why P total is greater than PA plus PP? In case of non-ideal solution with positive deviation, the interaction between molecules of liquid A and liquid B is weaker than the molecules of AA and BB. When the molecules are weak, what happens? Vaporization is more, vapor pressure is also more, and the volume of the solution becomes greater than the volume of the two liquids. Coming to another type, that is non-ideal solution with negative deviation. For non-ideal solution with negative deviation, the total vapor pressure is always less than the vapor pressure of A and vapor pressure of B. That means the vapor pressure of an ideal solution of the same composition. So here the dotted line indicates the vapor pressure composition curve for an ideal solution. For this type of solution, for non-ideal solution with negative deviation, the curve is below the straight line of an ideal solution, indicating that the total vapor pressure is always less than the vapor pressure of an ideal solution of the same composition. Why the total pressure is less than an ideal solution? Because in case of non-ideal solution with negative deviation, the molecular interaction are stronger than that of AA and BB. Therefore, the the vaporization decreases and the vapor pressure decreases. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಏನು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ for an ideal solution, vapor pressure composition curve is a straight line. For non-ideal solution with positive deviation, the vapor pressure composition curve is higher than the vapor pressure composition curve for an ideal solution. So for a non-ideal solution with negative deviation, vapor pressure composition curve is lower than that of an ideal solution. Now we will start the solutions of solids in liquids. So when solid solutes are dissolved in liquids, we will get solution of solids in liquids. For example, when sugar is dissolved in water or sodium chloride is dissolved in water, we will get solutions of solids in liquids. So here first we will know what are colligative properties. So this is very important. You will be asked the definition of colligative properties and name some of the colligative properties. This is very important. So what are colligative properties? The property of a dilute solution, which depends on the number of molecules of the solute, which depends on the property of a dilute solution, which depends mainly on the number of molecules or particles of the solute and not on the nature of the particles, is called colligative properties. is called colligative property. The property of a dilute solution which mainly depends on the number of molecules or particles of a solution of solute and not on the nature of the particles is called colligative property. The property of a dilute solution which mainly depends on the number of particles of the solute and not on the nature of the solute particles is known as colligative properties. The important colligative properties are number 1, relative lowering of vapor pressure. Relative lowering of vapor pressure. It is designated as P naught minus P by P naught. Number 2, elevation in boiling point, that is delta TB. Number 3, depression in freezing point. Depression in freezing point, that is delta TF. And fourth one is osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure, it is designated as pi. The property of a dilute solution which mainly depends on the number of solute particles and not on the nature of the solute particles is called colligative property. The important colligative properties are relative lowering of vapor pressure, P naught minus P by P naught, elevation in boiling point, delta TB, depression in freezing point, delta TF, and osmotic pressure. So now we will study one by one. So first we will know relative lowering of vapor pressure. Relative lowering of vapor pressure. So before that, first we will know what is lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure, that is delta P. So when a solute, particularly when a non-volatile solid solute, for example this is water, when a non-volatile solute, say for example sodium chloride, water is an volatile solvent. Water is volatile solvent. Why it volatilizes? Why water vaporizes? Say for example on the surface of water there are water molecules. So when the kinetic energy of the molecules of water becomes more than their intermolecular forces, what happens? The water molecules will leave the surface and goes out. This is known as vaporization. As the temperature increases, vaporization also increases and the vapor pressure also increases. Suppose when a non-volatile solute is added into this solvent, namely water, what happens? The surface molecules consist of not only molecules of water, there are some molecules of sodium chloride also. So before that there were 6 molecules of water, evaporation will be more. Now there are only 3 particles of water and the remaining 3 particles are molecules of sodium chloride, now the vaporization decreases. What is the meaning of this one? When a non-volatile solute is added into a volatile solvent, what happens? The vaporization of water decreases, therefore the vapor pressure decreases. That means the vapor pressure of solution is always less than the vapor pressure of pure solvent. This is known as lowering of vapor pressure. So what is lowering of vapor pressure? Definition: the difference between vapor pressure of pure solvent, it is designated as P naught, and the vapor pressure of the solution P is called lowering of vapor pressure, that is delta P. Now what is delta P? Delta P is equal to P naught minus P. Lowering of vapor pressure is equal to vapor pressure of pure solvent. What is P naught? Vapor pressure of pure solvent, and P is equal to vapor pressure of the solution. So this is lowering of vapor pressure. When a solute is added into pure solvent, the vapor pressure of the solvent decreases. The difference in the vapor pressure of pure solvent and that of the solution is known as lowering of vapor pressure. Then what is relative lowering of vapor pressure? Relative lowering of vapor pressure. So it is the ratio of lowering of vapor pressure to the vapor pressure of pure solvent. The ratio of lowering of vapor pressure to the vapor pressure of pure solvent is called relative lowering of vapor pressure. That is P naught minus P by P naught is equal to relative lowering of vapor pressure. So this is the meaning of relative lowering of vapor pressure. Next we will study Raoult's law of relative lowering of vapor pressure and its mathematical form. So Raoult's law, we have also studied Raoult's law in solutions of liquids in liquids. So this is applicable for solutions of solids in liquids. Raoult's law of relative lowering of vapor pressure. What is the statement? The relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to the mole fraction of the solute. Relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of the solute at a constant temperature. So this is Raoult's law of relative lowering of vapor pressure. That means, so suppose this is a solvent. So relative lowering of vapor pressure of solvent is equal to mole fraction of the solute. So if you increase the concentration of the solute, relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of the solute. That is P naught minus P by P naught equals NB divided by Na plus Nb. So this is the mathematical representation of Raoult's law. So P naught minus P by P naught is called relative lowering of vapor pressure. Nb divided by Na plus Nb is called mole fraction of solute B. So here what is P naught? P naught equals vapor pressure of pure solvent. P is equal to vapor pressure of the solution, and Nb is equal to number of moles of solute B, and Na equals number of moles of solvent A. Solvent A. So this is the statement of Raoult's law and its mathematical form. Next, coming to calculation of molecular weight of the solute from relative lowering of vapor pressure. Calculation of molecular weight of solute from relative lowering of vapor pressure. So from Raoult's law, we know P naught minus P by P naught equals Nb divided by Na plus Nb, where Na is the number of moles of solvent and Nb is the number of moles of solute. For very dilute solution, since the concentration of solute is very small, Nb is very small than Na, and Nb can be neglected in the denominator. Nb can be neglected in the denominator means here. So what this equation becomes to? P naught minus P by P naught equals Nb divided by Na. Now what is Nb? Nb equals number of moles of solute, that is equals Wb divided by Mb. Na equals number of moles of solvent equals Wa divided by Ma. So here what is Wb? Wb equals weight of solute B. Mb equals molar mass of solute. Molar mass of solute. And similarly, what is Wa equals weight of solvent, and Ma equals molar mass of solvent. Molar mass of solvent. So now substituting these values instead of Na and Nb, we will have P naught minus P by P naught equals Nb divided by Na, that is equals Wb over Mb into Ma divided by Wa. That means P naught minus P by P naught equals Wb over Mb into Ma over Wa. This equation is very important. So problems will be asked on this question. So here What is MB? MB is the molar mass of the solute, which can be determined if you know the amount of solute which is added into this much weight of solvent of molar mass Ma, the vapor pressure of pure solvent and vapor pressure of the solution. You can calculate molar mass of the solute MB. The second colligative property is elevation in boiling point. So before going to know what is elevation in boiling point, we will understand what is boiling point of a liquid. Boiling point of a liquid. What is boiling point? The temperature at which the vapor pressure of the liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure or external pressure. Is called boiling point of the liquid. Boiling point of the liquid. For example, so suppose this is water in a beaker. This is water. So at 25 degree centigrade. So when you go on heating water, what happens? Vaporization starts. The vapor pressure also goes on increasing. When the vapor pressure becomes equal to external pressure or atmospheric pressure, the liquid begins to boil. That temperature is known as boiling point of water. So, example, boiling point of water at sea level is 100 degree centigrade. So, the temperature at which the vapor pressure of the liquid becomes equal to atmospheric pressure or external pressure, the liquid boils. That temperature is known as boiling point of the liquid. So, it can be expressed in the form of a graph. Say for example, now if a non-volatile solute like NaCl is added into this water, what happens? Vaporization decreases. As the vaporization decreases, vapor pressure also decreases. As the vapor pressure decreases, the boiling point increases. For example, what is the boiling point of pure water? 100 degree centigrade. If 1 gram of sodium chloride is added, the boiling point of water will be around 100.5 degree centigrade. So, boiling point of solution is greater than the boiling point of pure solvent. That means the increase in the boiling point produced by the addition of a solute to the solvent is known as elevation in the boiling point. So, when a non-volatile solute is added into non-volatile solvent, the vapor pressure decreases, boiling point increases. That means boiling point of solution is always greater than boiling point of pure solvent. For example, you will be asked in the examination, what is the boiling point of sea water when compared to river water? So, whose boiling point is high, river water or sea water? The boiling point of sea water is more than river water because sea water contains salts. Addition of salts increases the boiling point of solution. That is known as elevation in boiling point. So it can be represented in the form of graph like this. So this is vapor pressure axis and this one is temperature. Suppose this is 1 atmospheric pressure. This is 0.5 atmospheric pressure. Suppose this is pure solvent, say water. So when temperature of water increases, vapor pressure also increases. So vapor pressure goes on increasing. When the vapor pressure becomes equal to atmospheric pressure, this is 1 atmospheric pressure, the liquid boils. The corresponding temperature is called TB. What is TB? This is the boiling point of pure water or pure solvent. So pure solvent, suppose, so this is pure solvent. When you go on increasing the temperature, the vapor pressure goes on increases. At one particular temperature, the vapor pressure of the solvent becomes equal to atmospheric pressure. The liquid boils. That corresponding temperature is known as boiling point of solvent. So TB is equal to boiling point of solvent. On the other hand, if a little non-volatile solute is added into solvent, it becomes solution. So vapor pressure of solution decreases by the addition of solute. So this is the vapor pressure composition curve of solution. So this is vapor pressure temperature curve for pure solvent. This is vapor pressure temperature curve for solution. The curve for solution is less than the curve for pure solvent because addition of solute to solvent decreases its vapor pressure. So for a solution, if you go on increasing the temperature, its vapor pressure also goes on increases. At one particular temperature, its vapor pressure also becomes equal to atmospheric pressure and the solution boils. The corresponding temperature is known as TB. So for pure solvent, we will consider it as TB naught, and for solution, we will call it as TB. What is TB? TB is equal to boiling point of solution. So here TB is greater than TB naught. TB is greater than TB naught. What is the meaning of this one? Boiling point of solution is always greater than the boiling point of pure solvent. This is due to the addition of non-volatile solute to solvent. So this is boiling point. Then what? That is delta TB. The difference between the boiling point of solution and the boiling point of solvent is known as elevation in boiling point. That is delta TB is equal to TB minus TB naught. TB minus TB naught. So this is the difference between boiling point of pure solution and that of solvent is known as elevation in boiling point. So elevation in boiling point depends upon the number of solute particles added into the solution. Therefore, it is a colligative property. By the experiment, it is found that elevation in boiling point is directly proportional to molality of the solution. That is, elevation in boiling point delta TB is directly proportional to M, where M is the molality of the solution. So to remove proportionality sign, we will introduce constant, that is delta TB is equal to KB into M, where KB is equal to ebullioscopic constant or molal elevation constant. Molar elevation constant. What is ebullioscopic constant or molar elevation constant? Definition will be asked. Definition of Kb. What is Kb? Ebullioscopic constant. That is delta Tb is equal to Kb into m. When m equals 1 molal, then delta Tb equals Kb. That means ebullioscopic constant is equal to elevation in the boiling point of the solution when the molality of the solution is 1 molal. So when the solution becomes 1 molal, what is m? Molality is equal to number of moles of solute divided by weight of solvent in kgs. When Nb is equal to 1, weight of solvent is equal to 1 kg, then m becomes equal to 1 molar, then delta Tb is equal to Kb. Then what is the definition? It is the elevation in the boiling point produced by the addition of 1 mole of solute to 1 kg of solvent. So 1 kg of solvent, 1 mole of solute add ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಾಯ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಎಲಿವೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಬ್ಯುಲಿಯೋಸ್ಕೋಪಿಕ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಮೋಲಾರ್ ಎಲಿವೇಶನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ elevation in the boiling point. Elevation in the boiling point produced by the addition of 1 mole of solute to 1 kg of solvent. 1 kg of solvent. That is the definition of ebullioscopic constant. What is its unit? This is also important. Unit of Kb is equal to Kelvin kg mole minus 1. Unit of Kb is Kelvin kg mole minus 1, and Kb is different for different solvents. Different for different solvents. For water, Kb is equal to 0.52 Kelvin kg mole minus 1. Kelvin kg mole minus 1. So now we will study the calculation of molar mass of solute by elevation in boiling point method. So we know delta Tb is equal to Kb into m, where m is the molality of the solution. Molality of solution. M is equal to what? What is the formula for molality? That is Wb over Mb into 1000 divided by Wa, weight of solvent in grams. So substituting the value of m in this equation, we will get delta Tb is equal to Kb into Wb over Mb into 1000 divided by Wa. So from this equation we can calculate molar mass of the solute. So molar mass or molecular weight of solute MB is equal to KB into WB into 1000 divided by delta TB into WA. So this is also very important equation. So you will be asked problems on this equation. So this is important. Molar mass of solute MB is equal to KB. Here what is KB? This is ebullioscopic constant of the solvent. So it will be given in the problem. What is WB equals weight of solute. Here B means always solute, A means always solvent, W means weight, M means molecular weight. WB equals weight of solute, and then WA equals weight of solvent, all in grams. Then what is delta TB is equal to TB minus TB naught. What is delta TB? Elevation in boiling point. So elevation in the boiling point will be directly given, or boiling point of solution will be given, boiling point of solvent will be given. If you subtract boiling point of pure solvent from solution, you will get elevation in boiling point. So TB equals boiling point of solution and TB naught equals boiling point of pure solvent. So if you know all these things, KB, WB, ಇದನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಮೊದಲನೇ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಒಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಲೋಯರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ P naught minus P by P naught is equal to WB over MB into MA over WA. That is also important. ಸೊ ಈ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು.